Hello and happy Cinco de Mayo. Let's start by taking a nice deep breath. Allowing those shoulders to come away from ears. By moving our heads gently side to side, or in whichever way you wish to move your head, giving it a little release. And let's think about our breath for a moment here. Send your breath to your hips when you breathe in. Notice how your sit bones expand. Send your breath to your armpits. Notice how you get an expansion for your ribs. Send your breath all the way to your feet and feel the connection of the feet and the ground. Send it to your hands. Send it all the way to your neck and the crown of your head. Let's now bring our shoulders up to ears and release them. Few times, nice and easy. Can you give it a nice sigh? Whatever you need to let go of this morning. And then just start by moving your head side to side. And can you let your head float like a balloon? So you can let go of the holding of those neck muscles. And let's visit our hips for a moment here to find an even better seated posture. Allow the hips to move forward and back. So you're sitting a little further forward in the sit bones, and then you're sitting towards your tailbone. And just keep repeating that few times. Good morning, good morning. How about we shift from one sit bone to the other? And now we notice if we are a little more towards one side than the other. We all have tendencies to lean more to one side or the other. And then, can we draw some circles with the hips? So you're putting the weight more in the front of the sit bones and on one sit bone, then on the tailbone, then on the other sit bone. And repeat as needed. How about we reverse? So again, to the front of the sit bones, one sit bone, tailbone, other side, continue. Keep breathing. And then come back center. And can we allow the torso now to move forward and back? And as you're moving the torso, can you notice whatever else is happening? So, can you relax through the shoulders? Can you breathe into your chest? Spread through your clavicles. And then push all the air out. So as you breathe in, spread. And as you breathe out, push the air out, like you're blowing through a straw. Can we shift it now? Breathe in as you go back. Breathe out, push through the straw. Breathe in as you go back. Breathe out through the straw. Breathe in as you go back. And breathe out. Come back center. And can you allow one more time the weight to shift? Right to left. And can we now circle through the torso? And letting, so it's like, you're like, oh, I showed up, and then you go to the side, and then you hide a little bit, and you go to the other side, and then you're back to, yay, here I am. So you're letting the torso move all the way around. And can you allow your neck to follow? How about we switch, go the other way? Ah, feeling more space in the body. Notice the places that are a little sticky. How about we come back center and roll one shoulder at a time, finding your breath, the rhythm with your breath. Can we put one hand on top of one shoulder and circle that one? And circle the other direction, like you're just checking for movement. And again, always listening to your body. If there's any limitations, just work with it. Don't try to bypass it. Go ahead and circle using your breath. The other. So go ahead and do the other elbow. So one hand on top of one shoulder, elbow circles around. And then can we circle the other direction? And notice how your torso starts to move. Can we put both hands on top of both shoulders? And can we now circle both at a time? Use your breath. Notice whatever you're noticing. Can we go the other direction? And go ahead and release that. Let one shoulder lift and lower. Ha! Just let it release. Other side. And now start noticing the connection of the feet to the ground. Can you spread your toes? And actually, go ahead and just wiggle those toes. And then spread those toes a few times. Wiggle the toes again. Spread the toes again. So our feet are our first contact with the ground. So it's important to set up a good connection of the feet and the ground. So can we keep them spread and then think about how keeping them spread keeps your knees in a nice straightforward position, and keep your knees in that straightforward position. But now let's go ahead and invite even a better connection with the ground by letting more weight come into the inside of the feet and then into the outside of the feet. So basically, let your feet tip a little bit inwards so the weight comes in and then out. Now, the knees are going to move in a bit, and now I'm moving them quite a bit. But now, let's see if we can keep the knees from moving too much and see if we can do it as much as we can from our ankles. So now we're going to get less movement, and that gets a bit challenging. Like my knees want to move. But if you keep them as quiet, and of course they are going to move a little bit because we're connected, right? But the idea is to move as little from the hip and as much from the ankle. And then go ahead and release that and wiggle your toes again. Spread your toes one more time and come to the back of the chair. And go ahead and point and flex your foot a few times. And feel into the front and the back of your legs, your shins and your calves. Can we switch? Pointing and flexing. Breathing. Where's the breath going into? Can you invite your breath into your hips? And go ahead and release. And now, can we go ahead and write Cinco de Mayo? And can we take the other leg and write Cinco de Mayo as well? Notice the difference between one and the other. And bring it back up. Can you write Cinco de Mayo but backwards as if looking in the mirror? Oh, I have no idea. Have to think about that one, right? At least I have to think about that one big time. How about the other side? Good for the legs, good for the brain. Still thinking. And how about we release that? And go ahead and just lift a few times, both legs up. Like you're really reaching through the legs. Can you let them go as far out as you can? And release. And do it again. Can you lengthen through the legs? Until maybe you feel a little here in the middle of the body. If it doesn't feel good to lift both, just lift one at a time. But keep lengthening. The idea is to really lengthen, and maybe even push through the arms. That's another choice to feel even a little more through the center of the body. Can we try one more? And release. And come to the front of the chair. And let's just let one heel come up at a time. And then can we let the toes come up at a time? And can we do a little doubling? I'm doing more like a single, single, double, single, single, double, single, single, double. Now, how fast can you do this? And release. Can we let the heels come up? A little bit of good morning, good morning. A little bit of power work, right? We need that power. We need all those good things for our bodies. So release that. Can we go ahead and now feel the ground under you as you straighten the leg in front of you? So now you put your hands on the bent leg, lean forward, come back up, and then straighten the other leg as you feel the heel. But I really want you to feel the heel. It's a beautiful way to get your heel sit bones connection. Come back up. Come back up and keep going at your own pace. Now, can we try going out and then letting the knee, the toes turn out, the knees come to the side, and then you bring the leg back up. So you come forward, you let the knees turn out, and with the knees turned out, you just slide it back up and you come back center. So leaning forward, then let it come out, whoop, and one more. And coming up. And release that. Place your forearms on your thighs. And let's go ahead and move our torsos right to left. Feel through your whole spine. Notice whatever you notice. Can you breathe into your whole back body? Can we turn our heads right and left now? So as you move to the left, turn the head to the left. As you move to the right, turn the head to the right. And can we come back center and round and arch a few times? Round and arch. And as you're rounding, can you distribute the roundedness through the spine as best as you can? And then place your hands on your thighs, roll yourself up. And can we reach one arm up at a time as we find more space in the side of the body? So not so much about reaching from your shoulders up, but reaching from the side of the body up. Can we use our breath It's like your shirt is really tight on the shoulder area, so you cannot move as much from there, but you need to reach up, so you're going to find more space in the ribs. How about a couple more? Maybe one more. And go ahead and release. Roll the shoulders a few times. And release that. Can we do some rounding and arching again? This time with the hands on our thighs. And same thing here. Can you keep distributing the roundedness and the archedness all through your spine? So one way to help do that is to find more space between each one of the vertebrae. That can really help with more space, even out the space. And go ahead and release that. And let's go ahead and widen our feet. So make it a nice wide stance. And we all tend to be a little tight in those inner thighs, or most of us do. So can we go ahead and just shift the weight from one sit bone to the other sit bone? Now, there's different ways we can do this. One is being more of a seaweed. Another way, just thinking about torso upwards, is to really keep lengthening from the crown of the head. And today I kind of like seaweed better. Like, oh, let it move, let the body move. Now, let's engage from the bottom up. So press your right foot into the ground. Can you now push into the left? Press the left foot. Can you now push into the right? Can we continue doing that? Initiating from bottom, moving up. And coming back center. Now, stay there. Can you place one forearm, the right forearm, on the right thigh? And can you gently open through the chest? And then gently close through the chest. So, meaning open to the front with the chest, and then let the chest look at the floor. Let the chest look in front, maybe even up if that feels comfortable, and then down. Can we come back up? Let's do the other side. So, forearm into the thigh. And can we allow the chest to open? And then to look down at the ground. Open in front of you, maybe even a little further up to the ceiling and down. But again, the range, small range, is totally okay. So don't open as much as you can if that feels like tensing up and going beyond your range. Come back up. So the perfect range is the range where you're still feeling comfortable. So let's go ahead and lift and lower the heels off the ground a few times. And then can we bring one leg back in? So let's say, and stay to the front of the chair as much as you can. Can you bring the left leg back in so it's pointing straight forward, your knee points straight forward, and then you have the right leg come out to the side so you can get a little more of an inner thigh stretch, And can you allow yourself to just very gently slide your hand down your thigh? If that feels okay. It feels, to me, the most comfortable going all the way to the side, to the right side of the chair, but depending on whichever chair you have, find that place where you can just feel a little stretch there. And then come back up. Can we walk our hips towards the left? Keep the right knee pointing straight forward. Keep the left leg coming to the side. Find the length in your spine. And can we go ahead and just slide gently down? The hand slides down the thighs. Maybe a couple more. Maybe you feel a little stretch towards the lower part of your waist to your hips. That would be good too. Bring the feet back in. I hope we're doing well. Interlace the fingers. Can you turn them out? Keep the shoulders away from ears, round through the spine. Look at the belly, shoulders away from ears. Press the feet down. Find more space between each one of the vertebrae. Move the arms up. Let the torso perhaps move side to side, if that works for you. Can you let your head be free? And then, can we release that? Arms come to the sides. And can we take our arms and reach them out through the fingertips and back down? And do it again. Reach them out. Can you reach from your sternum all the way out? And again, reach those arms out. How about a couple more? Maybe one more. And can we stay up this time? Turn our palms up and down a few times. And you can keep your elbows bent if that's more comfortable. Can we feel from our shoulder blades a little movement going on? And then release. Take a nice deep breath. Can we let it out, perhaps with a nice sigh? And then release it there. Let's allow the chin to come to the chest and to come back up. Few times. Chin comes to chest and comes back up. How about a couple more? When you come up, do not go too far back. Just a bit of a stretch in the front of the neck. Now, can we do the same, but this time the chin comes down and towards one armpit and then back up. Can you keep the shoulders away from ears as best as you can to feel that nice stretch for your neck? How about maybe a couple more? Now, what is going on with the rest of your body when you're doing this? And coming back center, can we turn our heads right to left? Can you let your head just float? Can you let your chin, don't force it in, but can you allow your chin to stay gently to the chest and gently parallel to the ground. Let your head float. And how about we release that and come into a gentle twist, but let's initiate it from the base of the spine, moving one sit bone down, then the other sit bone down. And let's do that a few times. One moves back, the other moves back. And give me a few more here. And coming back, center, move your body all the way to the back of the chair again. Can we go ahead and lift one leg up, point, flex, and lower? And let's do the other one. Point, flex, and lower. Lift, point, flex, and lower. Keep going at your own pace. Lifting, pointing, flexing, and lowering. Lifting, pointing, flexing, and lowering. Couple more. And release. Take a nice deep breath for a moment. Great job.